I hate you, by the way.
Why?
You started with this Monday morning thing, and now every time the song plays, I cannot unhear it. It's the same as
here, actually.
It is horrible. It's the same with the Sad Panda on and Flanders Space Bear. To the left of the map now in the second game on Antigua Shipyard. Now we have the Terran player starting for the Startail team in the red. It is the one and only
Startail Bomber.
Looking so strong on the last map, and this is actually a map where he can use the same build order once again if he wants to.
Yeah.
To the right, we have his opponent in the blue, Team Liquid player. It is
Liquid Zenio.
Well, it's a tough map for Zerg. I wanted to say something else and I lost my train of thought and I was like, well, let me just say something that's true here.
I was going to say, Lily, tell me more. You looked at me and you were suddenly at a loss of words and like,
It is a gas first, okay?
Something that I didn't expect.
Yeah, gas first is what's going on here for Bomber. Exactly, not something I would expect on a map where the reactor Hellion expand or Wonder Axe expand is very prevalent, very strong.
It's the mind games.
Yep. And this build, if unscouted from Zenio, is going to be tough to defend. This is a cross-spawn only version of this map, so it's basically a two-player map. Zenio will likely come in here and see this fairly soon.
Zenio gets super greedy here.
Yeah.
Wow, 17 drones, starts with the gas before the pool. Super greedy build here by him.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Did you just cancel the... No.
No, it finished.
Yeah, I was a little bit like, what?
The reason why his supply went down was because he made the pool. If you were thinking, like I think sometimes, I'm like, wait a minute, where'd that drone go? But it's actually just, it became a
This is actually getting really scary by now.
Yeah, it really is, man. Zenio is one game away from losing here, and...
That's not what I was referring to. I was talking about the thinking alike stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That creeped me out early already, and now if you were thinking what I was thinking, I'm like, damn, it happened again.
And ever since you and I went in the bathroom and I showed you my stockings, everything was different. You and I we just connected on a whole different level after that.
I am not commentating. Wolf, I love you, but sometimes you just don't know when to shut up. Oh my god.
That was actually just perfect what happened. Bomber switching here, getting his reactor Hellions out like a normal Terran. Playing it straight up, he's gonna get his tech lab, he's gonna get stim. Oh, he's making another Marine before his tech lab. He's changing it up a little bit.
So the Hellions are on their way very early in the game. And we don't have the Spine Crawler for Zenio just yet. Usually you would throw it on a Spine Crawler about now. The Hellions will be there a bit earlier.
Yeah, you know, I always associate gas first with, because you very rarely see any matchup except TBT. I always associate with like Cloak Banshees or some sort of Hellion drop. But then I'm like, oh, actually it's just faster reactor Hellions. Okay, it's gonna be fine probably.
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly where you're coming from. This is one of the. This is basically the same thought process that I always have, but then in this matchup it makes a lot of sense. And he's not getting a Spine Call. He's actually skipping it. I was so sure that as soon as he scouted those Hellions, and he did immediately, that he would throw down a Spine Crawler, and without it, he might be in trouble.
He's losing some drones here. Remember, he's also making 20 Zerglings right now, so
speed will kick in very soon, though, and we have the same build, the 20 Zerglings that you just mentioned. It's just a very aggressive build. We've seen this today already when he was playing with Symbol, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was with Symbol when he was actually
He got lucky and got into the base, and the game ended from there. In this case, Bomber has made a fast third command center, but he's not made a bunker. He's making it now, and Zenio is hanging out at the third base. He's not going to be able to capitalize on this.
Yeah, if he would attack, he could actually do a ton of damage here, so Bomber a bit lucky now.
I really like this repair on the Hellions, by the way. It's
yeah.
Something you don't see enough, I feel.
But with good unit control, with all those Hellions, you can do a lot of damage. We have the third base, or we will see a third base in just a few seconds, while Bomber already has his third command center. Here comes the Zerglings. Oh, is he able to catch them? No.
A lot of Zergs like to try to catch the Hellions, but you lose so much if you mess it up. I don't like people going like, maybe I can get it, because if you lose all those Zerglings...
If you commit too much to chasing down the Hellions, you might just lose all the Zerglings, then you lose the map control, suddenly you have no scouting information, and this is just very, very crucial. If you surprise your opponent, if he's macroing it up in his main base, and then you just surround them, that's fine, but as soon as you realize, okay, he's actually paying attention to them, microing them, you have to back off.
There's double bunkers going down right now for Bomber, as he already has one, so he's going to be going up to 3 bunkers. He suspects something weird is happening here. He's got a 3rd commander, so he's like, well, let me just play this super safe. But as a result, Zenio may get away with this 3rd base fairly easily, because Bomber is sitting back, playing very passively here. Triple evolution chamber, by the way, from Zenio right now.
Wait, dies before he actually has vision of the 3rd command center. And now the Hellions move out, and there are quite a few of them. He doesn't have any roaches, he's sticking to the Zergling build.
He is making all 3 evolution chambers right next to each other too. It's very obviously intentional.
He has to know that
there's no way. He can't afford all that right now, though.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. Usually you just stick with 2.
Yeah.
And why would you get 3?
Yeah, well, why would you get the missile upgrade with this?
Yeah, you can use, if you want to, you can use 3 to wall off, if
exactly.
really need be.
That's what I thought may have been happening, but...
Yeah, but the position just doesn't really match.
Yeah, you can see it right there. It's right next to the minerals. It's really weird.
You must have seen it, though. That's something that I... Well, if you build them in different locations, you might miss that, but if you actually build it right next to the one that you already built, it was just a misstep. I think it was an autopilot and didn't really get it.
Yeah, he made 1 maybe, and then he was like, well, actually, I want to do the double upgrade style, then he just made 2. And
the 3rd base for Bomber is now being established. Zenio's base is done, the 3rd base. Oh, is it? Yeah. He's getting a macro hatch as well. And now all this tech. But Bomber is looking pretty decent here. The harvester count is 52 to 47, so Bomber actually with a lot of workers.
Yeah, he's had that 3rd command center up for such a long time that he's been able to get those out.
It helps so much.
And Stim is a 4th of the way done here. +1 is halfway done. I think he's going to hit with Stim and +1, very likely, with a fairly large push. He doesn't have to, though, if he doesn't want to. It's all going to depend on what he sees at this point. He's got his Hellions out there to deny creep spread. And at this point, I would say that Zenio is not in a bad position, but Bomber is looking stronger with it. Basically, he has a 3rd command center up for free.
And I'm wondering,
pressure. Sorry, go
as soon as he has enough tanks, he will push out and try to get another base in the middle of the map, establish a planetary fortress, and get access to the high ground. He already has possession of the Xel'Naga watchtower, and this is exactly what Zergs are afraid of. When a Terran player is able to claim the middle of the map, then it's so hard just to get into a good position here. A spy attack by Zenio. A bit uncommon. We talked earlier already about how this map works, and that Ultralisks, Lings and Infestors are usually what you'll see on this map. We might actually see a few Mutalisks here. That's something that July does, that we've seen Hyun do quite often. TSL players are quite comfortable with Mutalist play. Nesty also
really likes his Mutalist.
Yeah, but his unit control is just exceptional.
It absolutely is. These Banelings, there's a few of them in here. It makes this push a little bit scarier with these Zerglings, but he is going to confidently move back. He's going to make a bunker. Bomber is playing so defensively. He's up a game in this series. No reason not to. Just play defensively, make sure he can win it out. And Spire is finishing up here. I'm not sure how many Mutas he's really going to make. He's got enough to make like 6, maybe 7. It's not common, though, with this double upgrade style to see that. He is getting Baneley speed and upgrades for those units. He is going to make the 6, it looks like.
Yep, he's going for the Mutalist, +1 attack also. So this is basically... I'm actually curious if he's going to transition out of it. He's taking a 4th base right now, and if he transitions out of it, then I completely agree with this. He can do a lot of pressure, but he has to find the right timing in order to get his infestation hit. If he sticks to this 1-base play, then suddenly we are kind of going for a July style, where he just sits on his bases and tries to kill his opponent fast enough before it actually matters. The 4th gets spotted.
Yeah, he's going to kill it with this drop.
Yeah, this is the big problem of taking a 4th on this map. It's just so hard to actually get it and defend it. The Mutalists have not been spotted yet, but there are not enough of them to do a lot of damage in the main base, and there are already missile turrets. There's the 4th being attacked. Bomber spots it, and he has to force a cancel. Is he attacking with these Mutalists? That would be suicide.
Yeah, that would be a terrible idea. Well...
there are not enough of them. He would not trade... Oh, with the Zerglings. Yeah, that's a different story.
Yeah, he needs to drop those out. Yeah, it's true. That was kind of an unfortunate situation for Bomber, but forcing the cancel is well worth it.
Yeah. He's immediately trying to build another fort at the right side of the map. So we'll have him just with a desperate attempt of getting a fourth and a drop in the main base. Killing one of the queens. If he focuses the Mutalisks now, he actually tries to drop on the... this is gonna be too quick.
No. By the way, he's continuing Mutalisk production. He's going up to 18 now with these 3. He does make the Infestation Pit, but his Mutalisk count is getting quite high here.
But the first Thor is already in production, and this is... I love that Bomber is doing this immediately, getting this Thor. A lot of Terran players, for some reason, stick to Marine tanks way too long. The tanks are always endangered. They are always exposed because they are slower. That's exactly what we usually see, just picking off a tank or two. But with the Thor in the mix, it's so harder to do this. So Zenio's position is going to get way worse, but look at this. We have the Infestation Pit. I love it. So he's transitioning out of his unit composition that he has right now. And this is really, really important.
Yeah, this is... I'm wondering what his next move is going to be. Is he going to research the Pathogen Gland to start the Infestors? He can't do it while he's maxed. The small group of units from Bomber, nice baiting tactic there.
Yeah, and he's getting all these Spore Crawlers and Spine Crawlers to defend his bases. I really love
with the Spores there, it's pretty clear he's going to transition out of Mutas.
And he's trying to commit here, trying to take down this army. Where's the stim? There it is. But there are too many the Banelings don't connect. Not a single Baneling connects properly.
Oh man, that was so close though. He could have potentially gotten so many of those Marines. There are still 2 Banelings. But
he loses one of them. And the second one as well. Bomber is looking pretty good here, but Zenio doing a decent job. He has Pathogen Glands on its way. How many upgrades does he have? He's on 2-2, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And a lot of these Marines very low on hit points. Those medevacs that were there earlier are completely out of energy. He does pick off a medevac here as well. Nice catch.
Yeah, it plays really well on this map, and we only have 1 Thor, if I'm not mistaken. But this Thor does a fair amount of damage.
Yeah, gets a hit. And he may try to trap these Mutas with his Marines here. Not quite able to do so. Does get some creep. He's going to pull these units back. Nice catches again by Zenio. Zenio repeatedly ahead in supply because he's able to pick off groups of units here and there.
And he has 5 bases by now. He's not really mining from the one to the right side, just with 3 drones. But another drop at the base to the top left.
Oh, nice.
Very well done. Nice picking off those Banelings, dropping single Marines.
Yep, and he actually has to deal with that. This is a pretty good trade here, looks like, though, for Zenio in the middle of the map, even with Marine splits. Oh, no, he should not engage in this direction, though.
And the base is gone to the right, so he was really in a good thinking here, just saturating the one to the top left. And look at all these Spine Crawlers that we already had. The Zerglings are trying to get in here, but are they able to take the Marines down? I actually don't think it's going to happen.
No, man, he's actually killed so many units, though. The worker count 82 to 68, even so he's been droning behind this.
But I really like how Zenio is playing this right now. He has still a lead. He is in a decent position. I really love his macro here.
Oh, those Infestors with great fungals almost getting hit by the siege tanks. A very close call. You know, I feel like Zenio, if he can just get his multitasking gear together for a second, make sure he doesn't 1A all of his units to
really drop. Stepping up his game here.
Got to be very focused to deal with this push. The creep is being destroyed by some well-placed scans.
The Marines have the 3rd attack upgrade in just a second. Already on 2 armor. Moving in here. He has
Thor
80
targeting
Marines.
The Mutas.
He has 80 Marines. The Thor does some damage, dies in the end. But there's so many Marines.
There's so many. They just do not end, Caldor.
And look at this split. He's making sure that they're not clustered. Fungals will not be able to take them out.
This is...
Bomber is just amazing here. He loses, he loses a few Marines. They get fungal, but he's able to take down Mutalisks in quite a few of them. And now all these Infestors are out of energy. There's another drop to the left at the main base, at the expansion.
Even with all these lines here.
Look at this, 3 of them. He has to back off a little bit outside the range of the Spine Crawlers, but another attack by Zenio. He's trying to catch the tanks in the middle of the map. He has the Broodlords now.
The Broodlords do take out those siege tanks, and he evens up the supply a little bit more, but things are still looking rough.
This game is awesome. I love it.
+1 ship weapons is on the way, as well as the first few Vikings. He's getting a second starport now, and he's going to start producing those Vikings. His opponent's Broodlord count is only at 4, as far as I know. He does have a 5th one now.
That's the one thing that saves him, because Zenio does not have the gas for additional Broodlords.
Man. We talked about this earlier, though. This is a tough map to use Broodlords on. If you can get under the Broodlords, it doesn't matter what else your opponent has.
And there are not too many Infestors, Wolf.
Scary. He's darting under the Broodlords, and there's no support.
The Queens for the Transfuse, but they are gone before the Broodlords are even attacked. All of the Queens are dead. And here come the Fungals. Where are the Fungals? Yes, the Fungal, and he does.
He gets one Fungal.
And the second one. This is going to hurt.
He needs one more, though.
But Zenio is dropping in supply, and well, Bomber is moving in. He still has the drop at the 3rd base. At least the drop ships.
Yeah, he actually, I guess...
He's nearly maxed out with his upgrades. He's on 3 armor, will be in a few seconds. This is just getting really scary for Zenio. Another base for Bomber is about to be placed in the middle of the map, so he will get this planetary. We talked about the position on the high ground, and that's exactly where he positions his tanks right now. But Zenio, impressively enough, is on 5 bases at this point.
Yeah, and Bomber, if he can get this base on the left, though, with that thought, we're going to have another engagement. He's just got so many Marines. He's at 74 right now. 7 medevacs out as well. He doesn't have enough support for these Broodlords. There's too many Vikings here now, Caldor.
Oh, and he is moving in, trying to warp additional Broodlords in, but that's too much for Bomber.
Too much.
Zenio is dropping in supply like crazy suddenly. This is the timing that Bomber needed.
He needed it, you're exactly right. And I think this game may just end here. The Vikings being spread against Fungals. He's taken out the 3rd base.
The position is beautiful for him.
Yeah, even though there's a counterattack at Bomber's 9 o'clock base, he's just going to be able to lift it at this point.
I love the decision by Bomber to use the command center in his main base and just fly to the position that we just saw being attacked. This is something that only a few Terran players will actually do, but it's just beautiful. He was a little bit unlucky that he was scouted immediately, but it was definitely a move that he should use in the future as well. Zenio at this point is down for the count. He's at 120 supply against 200, and Bomber, oh my god, this guy is looking so strong today.
He is, I mean, he's taking everything out, gets to the Rogue Infestor over there. The huge Doom drop to come and finish up the expansion at the top. He knows that his opponent may have too many Zerlings and Banelings to the right side, so he's just going to completely circumvent that, go up here and kill these bases. Then by the time the Zerlings and Banelings get up here, he can actually just lift up and do it again.
This base is going to fall. He has the Vikings, he has the Marines, tanks, everything is in position, and from that position he will be able to target the base on the low ground as well.
Yep. He defends his orbital over here pretty well as well, and he's going to clean up these drones by the looks of things.
Zenio doesn't give up. He does not want to lose this game. We even have Ultilis for him coming up now, and well, I don't think these Ultilis are going to change anything. He does not have the minerals to support them, and the Marines are on 3-3. Even without Marauders, this would be really hard to pull off.
Yeah, it's GG.
GG by Zenio. Bomber, he takes him down 2-0. Impressive play by Bomber, and just look at him. A little bit of relief, but at the same time he's like, well,
I'm Bomber, of course I was going to win.
I'm the best player in the world.
He is very confident, and Zenio will go home today. He's not out of Today.
Nope.
And again, we talked about this so many times in the past, but Broodlords are so hard to use on this map because there's a lot of room, and even though he had the Broodlords in the center of the map, he was so hesitant with his Fungals. You remember that engagement where he lost his first group of Broodlords? He was so hesitant with his Fungals, he just didn't use them.
He didn't have enough Infestors at this point. It was after the attack. He lost a lot of energy on the Infestors in order to just stop the attack of Bomber. Then he lost a few Infestors as well. So it was really hard for him to fungal the Marines. He just did not have enough to sustain this attack. There was not enough to support on the low ground. 4 Broodlords are really not all that much either. Yeah. The Queens died before the engagement, so they could not transfuse the Broodlords. And well, Bomber just played it very well. I'm impressed by Zenio too, though. He put a lot of pressure on a Bomber. The problem that he had was just that the Terran play, he didn't crumble.
Yeah, he did not. And his splitting was really good. There were a few moments where like he almost killed an entire group of Marines, like with the Banelings, then with some Fungals later on.
Oh yeah, the one that you mentioned, that was really close.
Yeah.
If that Baneling would actually have detonated in the middle of the Marines, then suddenly we would have lost like how many? 20 at least?
At least 20. So those are those little things that really, really hurt him. We're going to take a look at today's results, show you guys who won, probably give you a recap on what happened earlier on the premium stream. So for those who didn't tune in, close your eyes now. We had Boom Boom, Symbol, Alive, and Sniper come out ahead earlier this morning.
I think the run by occurred that we were talking about actually occurred between Boom Boom and Hard. That was not Symbol.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we were talking about this. Boom got a little bit lucky
Symbol
there.
played a ZVP, of course. So.
Yeah, exactly, against Seed. Yeah, but very decent games on the early group as well. Right now we have, well, all of the StarTale players actually in group number 1, they lost. And Bomber is the only StarTale player who was able to advance with StarTale Ace losing to Don Ragu. So we had 4 StarTale players competing today, but only Bomber was able to defeat his opponent.
With JYP going down to Jokji, Ace losing, of course, to Dongeragu, as you mentioned, and finally Gumiho taking out Vines.
Yeah, this series was a little bit disappointing.
That was a disappointing series. He basically just held all in. I expected a lot more from Vines, especially with how he's been playing recently, how good his late game
Exactly.
PvT
He played
seems.
really well lately, and now he starts with 2 all-ins. I would really have loved to see him with a long macro game.
Well, don't forget, tomorrow as well, we have a huge lineup of 8 best of 3s. Not 3 best of 8s, that would be really weird. But I think we're going to take a look at tomorrow's matches as well before you go. If not, you guys can go to m.gomtv.net on your mobile phone or on your regular computer to check it out. And I guess we're not close to those.
Oh, we'll just need another second as far as I understood the production crew. So, yeah, the thing is that we have, once again, 2 groups tomorrow.
Yeah,
And
2 groups
the
of
first
4
group
players.
is starting at 1 p.m. KST, that is.
Okay, here it is.
This is only for premium users.
Yep, premium viewers will see Lure against Yu-Gi-Oh!, Tree against Byun, Puzzle against Creator, Happy against Ryung. A pretty sick lineup of matches.
Yeah. And the one Zerg player with Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yep.
And OGS Lure, he played so well in his first round. I was really impressed. I did not expect him to advance, but he played great matches.
Yeah.
So now he's up against Slayer's Yu-Gi-Oh! And the second group will feature MVP Keen against Nasty. This is going to be a good one, guys.
Yeah, as well as Suho Shin against MMA, Ganji against Pult, and last but not least, Killer against 4GG. A very, very stacked lineup tomorrow night.
Yeah, very great, very good. And the second group will be free.
So look forward to an entire day of StarCraft matches. We will be here all day and all night casting those matches for you guys. Can't wait.
Yep.
It's going to be fun.
It was a blast casting for you today. I hope that you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you tomorrow, I guess.
Yes, see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night, morning, afternoon, what have you. There's, tons of different time zones out there. I don't know where you guys are, but have a great
Whatever.
Yeah, have a great next moment in time.
Bye-bye.